Here we go. All ones.
Okay, I'm cooking outdoors today as I'm remodeling my kitchen. I'm doing pozole. You'll need chicken. You'll need some radishes, hominy, salt, some of these pickled pigskin, Corritos, I'm not pronouncing that right. Epazote. I normally use fresh, but I am out of fresh epazote. Oregano, black pepper, bay leaf, guajillo chilies. I got a traditionally it's made with just guajillo chilies, but I'm throwing a castibal and a ancho chili in there. You're gonna need some white onion and garlic. And then for the salsa, you'll need some white onion, some Roma tomatoes. I got 3 here, and about a handful of arbol chilies and some garlic. All right, and just for the chef, got some tequila too. So I might actually show you how to do a michelada also. Okay, so we're gonna cut the paintbrush end off, and then take out this outer skin. We're gonna grab this. Actually, hold on. This is a pretty big white onion, so I'm gonna take what would normally be about the size of half an onion. This is a huge white onion. Just chuck that down in there. Got my outside stove. I just got this not too long ago. And set your onion off to the side. We'll do more with that later. Then you also take these ends. Never throw these away. I like to take the dry part off the can. And you always use this for broth. Good vegetable broth. I'm gonna pull them out anyway. So take these, bring them over here. Bloop, bloop. Let me get this onion out of the way. And we take the garlic and just cut it right down in half. That's it. Try to take some of this. There we go. So the loose stuff off. And you grab it, just bring it over here. Bloop, bloop. There we go. All right, now you take your hominy. And one thing about this is you want to keep that little bit on the bottom that sticks, and you're going to put that in a blender to make a thickening agent out of. I'll show you that here in a second. So let's see if we can get all this one-handed. Bring it over here and throw your hominy in. Yep. It didn't seem like I have enough on the bottom sticking, so I'm going to have to pull some out. Show you guys what I do right here. That's why I haven't thrown the chicken in yet. Make sure you don't get all that. And the liquid's not that big of a deal. So just take a few spoonfuls of this. There we go. That should be enough right there. We're going to put that in a blender and blend it and use that as a thickening agent. So now we take our chicken and we put that in there. Try not to spill like I did. One of the big things is make sure you watch your water level on that. So let's get this mixed up. And wash your chicken. You don't want chicken funk in your pozole. Yeah, so just have big chunks. Get it kind of mixed up in there. So now we take that hominy that we took out, we throw it in the blender. And I got a little ninja here. And just go ninja, go ninja, go! Go ninja, go ninja, go ninja, go! go. Bam, bam, bam. And we take this and we put it in our pozole. I have to grab my spoon. You guys can see that. And what this will do is this will thicken up the entire pozole and make it a really good texture. It's almost like using cornstarch to thicken something. It's actually exactly like that. Now, I want to warn you that if you use fresh hominy, it tastes way better. And in Mexico, they feed chickens with corn, and they come with a more yellow color, and it also has a bit better flavor. So the American the American chicken I have here is not quite as good as the Mexican chicken, which is corn-fed. And then just stir it in. And we haven't got to the flavor part yet. This is just, we're gonna let this cook. And I'll show you what to do with those chilies once this pot over here comes to a boil. So very important. You wanna come in and you wanna take off all the fat scum that's been cooking on here, because you want this to be a nice clean soup. You don't want that chicken funk flavor in there. Just take your spoon, just skim across the top. It'll take a little bit, but it's not that bad. I actually have the Cajun roux spoon that's flat in the bottom, so it's a little easier. And that's all you do. I'll continue doing this, and I'll come back and show you what it looks like. So now we take all the chilies. We got about, I think, 12, 14 Guajillo chilies, 1 Castabel, and 1 Ancho chili. And we throw them in our hot water. Grab my spoon here. Make sure they're submerged, and what we're trying to do is just get these to be a little soft so we can put them through a blender. So I'm just going to get them down in there so they're not floating. Alright, now that we've got the chilies done, we're going to bring them over here. Grab our spoon. Throw them in the blender. So now they're already breaking apart there. That's what you want. And you want a little bit of liquid in there just to get it to mix up. See if I can grab these. Don't throw this broth away. Don't throw this broth away. I'll show you what to do with it. Yeah. Put it in your blender. Oop. Make sure it doesn't come unplugged. Clean that up really good. So you see it's a little thick. I'm going to throw some more liquid in there. You really want to watch and see those little bits and chunks. You want them to break apart. Right. Tap it a little bit. Alright. That should be good. A little bit more liquid in there. You'll see why in a second. And this is where all the flavor of pozole comes from, so you don't want to mess this up. There we go. Perfect. What we're going to do is we're going to take our chili and we're going to put it in the strainer. Just work all that out. all the liquids out of this. And this is where all the flavor of your pozole comes from. So you don't want to let any of this go to waste. Here we go. So we're actually only left with about a spoonful. There's my spoon. Couldn't find it, so give that a good stir. Really get that red going. And notice I haven't added any salt yet, because that'll make your hominy a little weird, kind of a little chewy. And I'll let it just kind of cook on its own. So now, doing our oregano. Epazote. Put on some bay leaf. And some black pepper. Get it open. And stir all that in. And now what we want to do is we want to let this simmer for a few hours until this meat starts falling apart. So just bring it down to a nice low simmer. Get a good stir and just kind of stir it every 30 minutes to an hour. And let it all these flavors cook out for about an hour to 3 hours, or 2 to 3 hours. Basically just want this meat to start falling apart and soak up all the broth flavor. And right before it's done is when we'll put the salt in. Alright, now we take a radish, cut a few of them in half. And slice them up. Bring it around this side so you can see what's going on. There you go, much better. Slice them real thin. Put them in your bowl. Or chuck it across the table like I did. And just keep on doing that until you got enough radish. Make sure it's all kind of broken apart. Then you take your lettuce, just cut it all thin. So in there, just keep on repeating until you get enough lettuce. Now we're going to do the salsa. So you see that little part of the tomato? Nobody wants to eat that. Cut that off. There we go. Okay. Put a little oil on your tamal. Mix that around. There we go. That's how we know it's working. Throw some tomatoes on there. And your onion. That's no big deal. Don't worry about that. We're going to let these cook a little bit. Alright, now that they're done, grab them, put them in our blender. It's hard to do one-handed. Stuff them down there in that blender. Yeah. Dang good. One of the things about cooking outside, you got airplanes. Throw our chilies in. Kind of lightly toast these. If you overcook them, they're going to get bitter. So just like the garlic, that's why I threw them on at the same time. And of course, we got an airplane, then we have a jet. So hopefully you guys can hear me in the video. So I'll cut these down a little bit, I'll come back. Okay, see how they're starting to get a little black on them? Right there. That's what you want. You got just a little bit longer to go. When you start smelling that garlic, and the garlic, that's how you know they're done. We're just gonna throw them all in the blender. Turn off the heat now. I know somebody's going to give me a guff about using the spoon, not my fingers, but hey, I got a spoon. You come over here. Push that all down in there. All right. That should be about done on the... Kind of want it to have a little bit of a orange color to it. Oh, actually, I need to put that back in. There's something I forgot to put in there. Alright, let's grab the wrong side. A little bit of oregano. And a little bit of salt. And there we go. Let's get a little taste test here. It's real good. You can see the color and the texture on that. What you want it to look like. And that's good. Alright, now we're going to make a michelada. So while you're waiting for your pozole, you get to drink this. So we got our tahini. You got enough tahini in there to cover up the bottom of the cup, and then a little bit extra, because who doesn't like tahini? And take some chamoy. A little squirt of that in there. Your Maggi Hugo sauce. Do a good 6 squirts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe a few more. Some Worcestershire sauce. Then you use Clamato, but I like to use this stuff. This is the good stuff. It has shrimp, not clam. Put in about that much. You want to do a whole line. And the most, yep, almost forgot, throwing a little cilantro on there. Cilantro is always good. If I can get it off my fingers. And the most important ingredient, beer. So tahini has salt in it, so it'll start foaming on you. So you just let it go up to there, give it a good stir while the foam goes down. Get that cilantro down in there, get all that mixed up. So one important ingredient I forgot is a good dollop of that hot sauce that we made. Can't have a michelada without hot sauce. And pour the rest of that beer in, and we are good to go. That is a michelada. Okay, so now that you see how the pozole is thickened up a bit, that's mainly due to the stuff we blended up and threw in there, the hominy. So now it's thickened up. We can throw our salt in because we know the the hominy is done. So now let's get a good look at this. Our pozole is all done. See how it's a little thick, got a good red. You see the string meat in there, that means the meat's coming apart. That's good. And we just fogged up our lid. So serve it up. And I got my buddy in the background giving me being the peanut gallery. He's gonna be my taste tester.
Peanut.
Follow me over here. Clean that camera a bit. So, throw some lettuce on there. Throw those pig skins on there. You can kind of make it look pretty. Some lime. And the best thing, the hot sauce. And there we go. We got pozole. Jason, you want to come try this?
Yeah.
Ooh, for the over the shoulder.
Over the shoulder. Ooh.
How was that?
Perfect.